I threw my husband's things out of my house. 3 years ago, I was coming out from a mechanic where I went to drop my car for servicing. I was standing by the roadside waiting for my Uber when this car parked right in front of me. The man driving the car introduced himself as Jerry. He told me I was very beautiful and he asked me if I wanted a lift. I told him I was okay and that I was just waiting for my Uber. He said if I was not going to accept the lift, then I should give him my number. He was a very handsome man and he looked responsible. So I was kind of feeling him. So I gave him my number. 2 days later, he called me and we started talking. A month later, he took me out on a date. He looks like a man who knew his left from his right. He was interested in dating seriously, and that was what I was also looking for. We started dating after like 3 months of knowing each other. He took me to his house a week later, and he lived in a big four-bedroom house. On my own end, I had a good job. I had my own car, which was at the workshop the day we met. So I was not really interested in his money. I just wanted a man who was doing okay on his own and wanted to settle down. Jerry had always told me he was ready to get married soon and settle down. He said he was just working on some projects and that immediately he finishes, he will come and see my parents and then we will get married. I found out I was pregnant for him 6 months into our relationship. When I told him, he was very excited. He told me he was preparing himself to see my parents in a month's time. I told my parents about this, that my husband to be would be coming to see them for my marriage ceremony, and they started preparing for his arrival. About 2 weeks after I told him about the pregnancy, I found out that everything this man had told me about himself was a lie. The car and the house did not belong to him. Bang bang. He had lied about everything. He was just looking after the house and the car whilst the owner was abroad. I found out about the truth through a woman who stays beside the house. So here I was, pregnant for a man I did not really know. He had always been so gentle and loving towards me. And at that point, I had fallen for him deeply. I also didn't want to terminate the pregnancy. I come from a very strict Christian home, and for me to give birth outside wedlock was going to bring shame to my family. My father would be very disappointed in me since he taught me better. Moreover, I've also told my people about the marriage. I was stuck. When I confronted him, he went down on his knees, cried and asked me to forgive him. He promised to be honest with me from time onwards. He told me that the projects he had been telling me about were real and he showed me documents to prove it. He said after he was done with the project, he would be receiving a huge sum of money as payment. The money would be enough for us to buy our own house and start a family. Like I said before, I didn't really need his money. I just wanted a capable man. That's all. I believed him and I gave him money to. I believed him and I gave him money to go and see my parents about the marriage. We set the dates and everything. I used my own money to rent a two-bedroom apartment and I moved in with him. I told my family he was the one who rented the apartment for us. We got married and most of the money we used for the marriage ceremony was from me. Mhm. He had told me he would pay me all the money once he gets his big pay. And he had told me his money would be coming in a couple of months' time. 4 months went by and the money had not still come. I was the one basically using my money for everything in the house. He was always on his laptop using the projects as an excuse. He didn't even help me with the house chores. Unfortunately, 5 months down the line, I lost my baby. I got depressed and I went through a lot. At this point, I was tired of his lies. I saw my miscarriage as a sign from God to end things with him. Now, all this while, I didn't know he had also been boasting to his family that he was the one who rented the house and he was the one taking care of me. I was still thinking of divorcing him when a young lady showed up at my house one day. She was heavily pregnant. She was so rude to me for no reason at all. She told me that my husband was the father of her baby and that she would be moving in and I would be moving out. Oh, wow. This was the final sign I was looking for to end things with this man. I was still trying to talk to this woman and tell her that my husband was a liar, but she didn't even let me talk. She was just talking rudely to me. So I decided not to say a word to her. When she finished ranting, she left. That evening, I packed all his things that were in my house and I put them outside the main gate. I didn't even care if someone was going to steal his things. I just wanted him out of my house. I locked the gate afterwards. Later that night, I saw that he was calling me, but I didn't pick. The next day, I was in the house when my mother in law called me. She told me that her son had called her and told her everything, and that's how can I pack a man's things out from his own house. I told her that the house was not rented by his son, it was rented by me. I told her about the pregnant woman that came to harass me yesterday. This woman told me that when you get married, it is for better and for worse. Oh, wow. God, I beg. And that even if that is the case, I shouldn't have thrown his things out. She said he was my husband after all. So through thick and thin, I have to stick with him. Wow, stick and knee. I angrily cut the line on her, blocked her number immediately. I was still hurting from the loss of my child, and I didn't have any time for any nonsense. I will be finalizing the divorce next week. Wow, this one is interesting. Yeah, this one is interesting. I don't understand what you mean by true thinker. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? God, I beg. Guys, if you made it to this point, thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate you. Let me know what you think about the story on the comment section. And while you're there, let me know what you think about my videos. Do you think there is anything I need to improve on? Please let me know. And if you've not connected with me on my other social media platforms, please, I beg you, do so now. The links are in my bio. And you've not subscribed to my channel up to now. It's you that talking to you that is looking at me like this. You've been passing through, you've been watching, and you don't want to subscribe. That's not nice. Please subscribe. Okay? And God will bless you. And for my returning viewers, you guys have a special place in my heart. Thank you. Thank you so, so much. I am grateful. If you want me to share your story, kindly send me a DM on TikTok. I will read your story and I'll let you know when I do so. Like this video if you've not up to now and share to your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.